disaster, making Thanksgiving dinner. We're gonna make some broccoli casserole, and so let's walk you through what I have. Cream of mushroom soup. So the recipe calls for 10.5 ounces, and mayonnaise. Recipe calls for a cup. So I went a little heavy on the cream of mushroom and a little light on the mayonnaise, just because I'm not a huge fan of mayonnaise. This is a cup of crushed cheese crackers, 2 cups of shredded cheese, 2 eggs, and then some garlic powder, and 6 cups of broccoli that has been cooked and drained. So I'm going to sit for part of this because I can see you. When I need to stand, you can't see my face anymore. So I'm going to be up and down in there. You'll be able to see for part of it. So I will link to the recipe. Here's the thing. I don't know where I got it. I copied it off of a website. I put it onto my Google Drive, and I didn't put the original location. So I don't know who to credit for it. Not trying to steal it. No one's going to believe it's mine because I'm a terrible cook. But I don't know who to give credit to. So we're going to start by mixing up everything. Okay, so in a bowl, we're going to add the cream of mushroom soup. We'll add in the mayonnaise. Drop in those 2 eggs. The onion, I think it calls for maybe minced, but I have onion powder, and so instead of minced onion, I'm using that. And the cheese. So we're going to add those things in there together. Stir this all up. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm cooking mine tomorrow. If you're getting started now, you're going to cook it the same day. Preheat the oven to 400. And just mix all that in there together. All right, adding the broccoli. So technically the recipe says to pour the mixture over the broccoli and stir it up again. Like, I don't know how many dishes this lady has, but I don't have enough for that. So we're doing it the other way around. I'm going to dump the broccoli in there, mix it all in there together, and I feel like it's going to turn out about the same. This makes me so happy in my heart. You have no idea. So I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. I'm taking 2 dishes. One is this broccoli cheese casserole. The other will be my grandmother's potato casserole. So I am going to mix up everything tonight, put it in the casserole dishes, and then bake it in the morning before I leave. So all these flavors will have plenty of time to kind of marry together. All right, so that's everything mixed. Next, transfer it to the casserole dish. You know, let me think about this. Tell me what you think. Super duper shallow if I do this. Should I do it in that bowl? No, I'll just do it in here. We'll just leave well enough alone. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave well enough alone. All right, I am not going to add the crackers because they'll just get mushy, right? So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator tonight. And then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more cheese on there, add the crackers, and then you put it in the oven at 400 for about 40 minutes. But I'll link everything below so that you can follow it. And if it turns out well, I'll take pictures and everything. All right, so I'm gonna make potato casserole also, so stay tuned and we'll see me make a mess of that. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're gonna start a potato casserole. And so for that, I have mine is cream of mushroom soup. My grandmother's recipe actually asked for cream of chicken, but the store was out. And so I got a big thing of cream of mushroom and we're using it for both of them. A cup of sour cream, some crushed Ritz crackers for topping, 2 cups of cheese, 1 stick of butter melted, and then this is some salt, some pepper, and some garlic salt that I'm going to mix in there. And then just over here are the potatoes that I have boiled. So let's start mixing them. All right, so you start by adding the soup mixture, or the soup. Here we go. Mixing the soup with a stick of butter. And then I let the butter cool a little bit. All right, to that, I'm going to add a cup of sour cream. All right, so now I'm just going to put in these tiny bits of spices. All right, so now we start adding potatoes, the cheese, and then there is an optional ingredient of slivered green onions. I don't use it. One, I'm not a fan of onions. Secondly, my Nana, is what we called her, has passed on, but she would make this every year for Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner, Easter dinner, all the big family holidays. We always had Nana's potato casserole. And as she got older and a little more forgetful, she realized that she had forgotten to buy the green onions to put in there. So she went into her backyard and she cut the green onions that grew wild in the yard and added them to her casserole. And it made it a little gamey. It didn't go over super well. And so now no one in the family can add the green onions to it because all we can think of are the yard onions that she added one year. All right, I'm going to add potatoes. It says a pound. I think I probably did too many. It'll be fine. I won't add them all. I'm going to put the cheese in there too. This is 2 cups, approximately, because cheese should be measured with your heart. And if it has too much cheese, it just means that God loves you more. So I called my mom, told her I was making this told her I was making Thanksgiving dinner. I was going to make a dish. We're having a dinner tomorrow. She and I don't live near each other. She is not going, but I was telling her that I was doing this. And she doesn't like to cook at all. At all. So she was telling me that if I wanted, I could get a can of green beans and make them, and then just put them in this dish. And to make them look fancy, I could top them with some onion and make it look fancy. Make the can of green beans look fancy. So I told her I was going to make this, and I was going to make a broccoli casserole. Yeah, you always did like Nana's potato casserole. I don't think you've ever done it the same way twice. I mean, she's not wrong, but I feel like it didn't need to be said. I made a giant mess because domestic disaster. All right, so I'm going to grab my Pyrex dish. And pour all this love in there. Also, technically, you're supposed to peel these potatoes, but I do rather like potato skins, so I leave them on. I'm going to add a little more cheese to the top. And then this is going in the fridge. So tomorrow morning, we're going to top it with Ritz crackers and dot it with some butter. And then we'll put it in the oven. And so if I have my act together, you can see all of this in the morning. And if I don't, I'll tell you how good it was. Good morning. So everything kind of sat in the refrigerator overnight, and all those flavors kind of married together. And so this morning I'm just topping, this is the potato casserole, I'm just topping it with crushed Ritz crackers, which is, I'm pretty sure, proof that God loves us. And then now I cut up about a half a stick of butter, and I'm just dotting that on the top of it, so that will melt into everything as it cooks this morning. Pop that in the oven, 400 degrees for about 25 minutes or so. So is the broccoli casserole, topping it with a tiny bit of cheese. And then this recipe specifically called for cheese crackers instead of Ritz crackers, which was good because I used all of the Ritz crackers. So yeah, just topping this one with, I crumbled up some Cheez-Its over the top of that one. This one goes in the oven at 400 for about 40 minutes. Guys, here's everything coming out of the oven. It looks amazing. My kitchen smells so good, and I can't wait to try this a little bit later today. Thanks so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. I hope to see you again soon.